All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another video from AA Sports Cards. I know my fingers always cover the cards, and that's not a good thing. So one of the challenges in the new world we live in, for me, is to put on content. And I don't want to make videos just to make videos. I want to make videos when people have sent us collections that we're buying, or more recently that we're selling for them on consignment. But sometimes I get an idea in my head and I think, okay, maybe this makes an interesting video, and coincides with, it's time to get a video up on YouTube. So that's sort of what this is. But for a very long time, I've had an internal debate in my head. I have a lot of internal debates in my head, mostly about sports cards. And I'm wondering, right now, the hobby seems very, very strong. And I'm wondering, going forward, what is going to be the dominant part of the sports card hobby? Vintage cards such as these that are the first hockey cards ever made from 1910, the C5-6 hockey set, or even, again, 50s, 60s Parker's tops, or the modern era, such as, and this isn't ultra modern, I don't have ultra modern, but Connor McDavid and Alex Ovechkin. It's really, really interesting. I listen to every podcast that I can get hold of. There's a guy I love on Facebook. I think he goes by the name of RVD, and I hope I got that right because he's really smart. And he was talking about how younger kids, and I've said this for a long time and I believe it, I don't know if younger kids care about vintage. I don't know, are we getting glare? I don't know if they have sort of a, what's the word I'm looking for? At the end of the day, this is old paper with cardboard colored pictures on it. And the reason that we like this stuff just plays to something inside of us. It can be a multitude of reasons, but the bottom line is, the commonality is that we all want to own it. We all want to hold this in our hand and know that we have it, and in this world we live in, show it. But if you don't have sort of an idea who the players are, if you didn't grow up, obviously I wasn't alive in this time, but when I started in the sports card hobby, it was only O-Pee-Chee that was issuing cards, maybe Topps if you wanted the American sets. I should show the back. There was no modern card market. And when it exploded in 1991, that first boom with Pro Set and Score and Upper Deck, that was such a crazy, chaotic time in what had been a hobby. All of a sudden was a booming big business. Today it's very different. I call this the second boom, because there's so much more mainstream attention. There's, some cards can be worth a considerable amount of money, and there seem to be people putting money into the sports card hobby that are mainstream people that have made a success in other avenues of life and are now choosing sports cards to do so, which is good for you and me and everybody. But again, if you're a 15-year-old kid right now and you're growing up watching Connor McDavid in his prime, much like I did Wayne Gretzky in his prime, and you saw Alex Ovechkin break Wayne Gretzky's record, and your favorite player is Kaprizov or Quinn Hughes or Jack Hughes or Austin Matthews, that is where your affinity and your collecting love goes to. If you don't know who Henri Richard is, why would you want to collect his cards? You may want the GOAT of the GOATs because, everyone might want a Gordie Howe rookie or a Wayne Gretzky rookie. But I'm pretty sure a 16 or 17-year-old kid would be more, push come to shove, would rather have this and keep this than a lot of other vintage cards. So it's a really interesting debate. I personally think we're at a very interesting time in the hobby because we all get to be witness what's to come. We don't know, if if vintage material, you know, there's only so much of it around, right? Whatever they've made, whatever survived is left. They're not making any more of these cards. They're not making more pre-war hockey. This is a collection we just got in. You'll see another video about this coming down the road. All of these cards are graded. Everything from Ice Kings, I'm probably getting glare here. Everything from Ice Kings to one of my personal favorites, the Worldwide Gum. Again, video forthcoming on this pre-war collection. Gotta show this. Who doesn't love the 1936? Is that 36? No, 37, 36, or 1935. I'm sorry, the 1935, the Series C. I think they're the hardest of the O-Pee-Chee issues to get.
Getting glare.
Getting glare? Is that better? But those cards are exceedingly rare, in my opinion, and a KSA 4, a pre-war in a 4, I think is impressive stuff. I was very happy to get this collection. But going back to the question, you know, now there's, for me, this is modern, but you know, it's not ultra modern. So I guess at one time down the road, is this going to be like modern vintage or something like that? Who knows? So it's an interesting time. I myself have always loved the vintage stuff. It's what I know, and I'm very happy to get high-end graded cards when people consign them. You know, it's really, the cards are beautiful. It's amazing what they can put on a piece of cardboard now. But I will always defer to the vintage stuff. It's my happy place. I love it. And, you know, owning cards like this, it just makes me feel that I've, you know, I own something that's near and dear to me, and there's sort of a feeling of pride in owning this. This is a little bit different, even though I'm seeing these players play now. I just don't have the same affinity for it, even though I'm happy to be involved in it as part of my business. So just, you know, wanted to pose that question. It'd be interesting to know what people think, if vintage collectors have started collecting modern because of all the media attention, if modern collectors are intrigued by going back and the challenge of vintage and finding vintage. You know, these cards are well over 100 years old. Not easy to find. If you want to get a McDavid rookie or an Ovi rookie, you can go on eBay 365 days a year and find them. Very different when it comes to that. All right, just wanted to show one last thing while I have you. And yes, this is used to remove wax stains from cards, if anybody was wondering why I have nylons on my desk. eBay is a very strange animal, and I say that, and I can't really explain what I mean other than it doesn't make a lot of sense. Sometimes things go for a really great price. Sometimes they go for not so great a price. Most of the time they go for what they should go for. But when something goes beyond, above, and expected what we think, I always want to point it out. This is the most that I have ever gotten for a CFL football set, beyond something like Blue Ribbon or Shredded Weed or something very esoteric. For a top/O-Pee-Chee CFL football set, this is what we recently got for one of our consignors, $686 US. So again, it is not uncommon to see CFL football sets sell for a couple $100 at best. And like I said, I don't make claims or boast that we can always get these kind of prices for our consignors. But I would like to think that the longer we're on eBay and when people see how detailed our item descriptions are, how strict we are with our raw grading, because again, I look at some cards that we get raw, and I grade them harder to me than a graded card. If I call something X Mint and I look at an X Mint graded card, to me, my raw grades are stricter. Speaking of this, we are very, very happy to sell raw cards. We would love to, get consignments, especially vintage. I mean, that's my forte, from people across Canada. how we will stand out for you and how we can help you, ladies and gentlemen, is I would be foolish if I sat here and said, you know, I want your PSA 9s and 10s. I don't think you need me for that. I'd love to sell them for you. But where I can help you is a lot of the higher end third-party sellers don't want raw, or in most cases, they don't want grades below a 7. For the right kind of material, we are happy to sell raw. Complete sets, near sets with stars, key rookie cards and stars from 1910 right through the 50s and 60s, complete sets in the 70s and 80s, or key rookie cards. I have what I believe is a very strong market on eBay for raw cards, and if you have them and you're finding that you're trying to sell them and it's too much work for you to do, or your market where you're taking them, shows, shops, whatever, the market for, you know, mid-range stuff isn't what you want it to be and you can't find a sale you're suitable with, call me, email me. We will put it up for auction for you on eBay instead of, you know, a small amount of people seeing it in your local area. We will expose it to the largest marketplace in the world through eBay. We are over 8,000 positive feedbacks now, ladies and gentlemen. A power seller since 1998. And again, I think people know our name, trust our name on eBay. And like this set shows, and I'm not telling you, I'm showing you that, you know, I think we have the ability to get you good prices for your lower end, mid end stuff. So that's the niche we're creating. And if you're happy with us, maybe you'll give us your good stuff too. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will be back with more content featuring actual collections very, very soon. And oh, last thing. I've opened my YouTube videos up to comments. I previously shut them off. So everybody be nice. I'm a sensitive guy. And if the comments are constructive, I'll keep them open. If they start to be mean, I'll shut them down. I'm curious what people think about the vintage versus modern debate. So wanted to hear from you. And again, thank you for watching, and I'm here, ready, willing, and able to buy your collection or sell for you on consignment. Go to the website, aasportscards.com. Call me, phone me, and let's get go. Call me, phone me. Call me, email me, and let's work together on the sale of your collection. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you soon.